Welcome. I was told that people were interested in seeing this, so here we are. Just getting a few things pulled up so we're ready. Making sure we're live and good. All right. We'll start off with some fun and go from there. So, whipped up a few little doodads for potential character options here. You'll see we have text 1 and 2. I don't know if you're here in chat, text, but I made a alternate version based on what you said as well. Should be loading. So we have this little guy. That's kind of the stealthy rogue type with a number of hand axes for stealthy executions and throwing. And then Tex mentioned the other type of character he was interested in was a big guy. So this guy is much larger and wields just a big honkin' axe. Chop things up. Other character that Viking, Wicked Viking mentioned he was interested in potentially playing is this guy. Keep in mind, these are just my quick renditions of them, not the final product. But, you know, gotta start somewhere. Dempy! Thank you, thank you, thank you. How are you doing, man? Made a spear variant guy, if anyone's interested in that for the campaign, just to kind of spec out a few people for looks. Hey, hey, hey! How's it going? Doing pretty good. Wanting the kids to sleep better, but you know how that goes. Doing some campaign prep and planning for a game. This is a fun little guy I threw together as a Odin-based runecaster, as Odin's, you know, wisdom. Familiar of a raven, of course, and missing an eye. Because, you know, you have to be like Odin. So, we have that guy. And then I have a bow-based character. The others are ones for opponents, not for players. Because, you know, every group probably has an archer. Why not, right? But yeah, just nice little basic characters I threw together for the campaign as examples. Final product is certainly in debate, but, you know, gotta start somewhere. So, yeah, we are working on getting a Viking-themed campaign going. I was told about this document as something to base it off of. It is going to be different than this because this doesn't have everything that I want for the campaign, but it does have some things. It was working better. I'm not sure why it's not now. But this was actually a fairly decent one. But it doesn't have everything we need because it was a lot more standard 5e based with just Viking theme slapped on top. So it's more of kind of a Viking theme setting, not so much full. Well, if you want to give it a try, we still have a few seats open for this Viking game. Wicked Viking and Jarl of Goats are both on the table for playing, as is Tex, or Big Tex, ODB Gaming, as you can know the whole channel. But the three of them are currently kind of my three main players, and I tend to have anywhere from 4 to 6 is kind of the range I go for, just to make play a little smoother. I can do, you know, larger and smaller groups, but that's kind of a good ballpark for a group, is 4 to 6. But yeah, working on it right now. Tex was actually one of the ones who mentioned interested in seeing the behind-the-scenes stuff, and so here we are. They have their deities, which I may or may not keep. I'm debating. I am going to change them up a little bit because I need to, because these don't have part of it that I want added, which was, give me a second. Was adding stuff from here. So I want to add in some ports from here to the deities that the other one doesn't have, because I see the value in it. That's cool. Oh, dude, you're not going to slow us down. You're not going to slow us down. We'll get that cleared up ahead of time. If you're interested, that's all I need. Interest and the willing to commit. That's it. Jarl hasn't played, or Viking hasn't played either. I'm changing up the Viking deities that you saw there to have the part in here for the piety. So I'm going to leave it up here. I got to quickly go take care of a child who's getting out of bed, and then we'll press on. So I plan on using the piety in with the Viking deities, because I think that would work really well as something for them to focus on and play. Also, Tempe, if you're interested, we have a paranoia game going on the 4th Saturday of the month that is truly just chaos fun, that if you know too much about the rules is actually considered treasonous, that you could hop in on if you want, but you can watch last month's if you want to get an idea of how it would go. We converted Giggles last month. It was fun. Giggles is Tex's wife, and she was like, that's only for little kids, and then she watched the whole thing, busted up laughing. But yeah, we have a few slots open for that as well, I think. Alright, so what we need to do is rebuild for the Viking deities a similar thing, where we have what the champion's kind of suggested aspects are. or if there's a one-for-one conversion between the Greekish and the Norse, that would work as well. I don't think that's would work. Let's see. How many were there? $15. And here there's not. Okay, let's see. Gotta love the art though. I mean, spot on, I love it. It's so much more historically accurate than a lot of documentation stuff is. Alright, yeah, see they only had little snippets on the gods here. So they have 9. Nine to 14. So potentially there's a matchup, but not totally convinced. Waves, maybe? Probably have to combine Storm and Sea to get what we need for Agger. Cool, cool. Food's good stuff. That could work. If one of them want to play that, that definitely fits. Don't have anyone claiming Barbarian, let alone Storm Herald yet. But yeah, that is definitely a fun class. Basically a Thor Barbarian. Which, that's the thing. Thor is lightning. And yet, you also have storms. What do they say he is? Balder, good and evil. Which is, you know, a fun one. Blood and savagery. They don't exactly have that here. Helm. Or Dead in Helheim. Or, yeah. That's always a, you know, not fun one. No, I'm not disagreeing with that, Secret. Not disagreeing with that. He's one of the good ones. However, I would have to say I'd probably go with Odin due to knowledge, and I tend to enjoy the whole, you know, rune casters, you know, flinging lightning at them from a distance. Just stand back and, you know, call down lightning bolts on their heads. That's actually one thing that I wish 5e was better at, is allowing people to specialize in an element if they're a caster. but they have their set spells, and so you're kind of stuck with it. And I'm like, but what if I want to do a fireball that's lightning? Yeah, an Odin-based storm sorcerer kind of thing. Yeah. But I'm also looking at not using the 5e standard magic system. I'm thinking do something kind of the Psionicist based. Not what they finalized came out with, but the earlier version where you had this psionic discipline that had a few components, and then basically have them be runes, because there's a lot like the rune caster that they had as a prestige class, but they only made 5 levels of. And that's more the style I want to go for, is more rune casting or word casting. Which, on that topic, let's see, do I have it here? Sorry, I have a few too many things open, I think. Here we go. So, something I wouldn't mind potentially doing is taking the words of power or word magic from Pathfinder and trying to get that to actually convert into 5e. Because then you could do what we talked about, like doing, instead of a fireball, a lightning ball. I know I can homebrew it and just allow that to be done, but it's nice to have a slightly different flavor that more fits the world better. Oh yeah, no, I know that you could do that with sorcery points, and there's a few other ways to do it. I just don't like that limitation, especially in this sort of a campaign where it should be... It's a low magic campaign, so there's only at most going to be 2 casters allowed in the party. Basically Arcane and Divine, which they should actually be just 1. I'm thinking about trying to find a nice way to combine them as 1. And that way there's only 1 caster in the party. And that's mainly because it's supposed to be more of a slight deviation from kind of the historic Viking. There is going to be some other creatures, such as, orcs and minotaurs and some stuff like that. But they're not going to have tons of magic either. It's supposed to be more of a low level, or low magic setting. Not high magic setting that everywhere you go, there's magic. And you just use your magic, because magic solves all the problems. Oh, no nature? I mean, I kind of, in this sort of a setting, nature is the deities. They're kind of connected. There's actually a class I looked at replacing it with, Svinland that I showed you had a runecaster, which I considered using, but there's also a modified version of kind of a druid warlock hybrid I found called a shaman that I've thought about using. And that's part of what I'm doing tonight, is just looking this over. And since I was told you guys might be interested in seeing it, here we are. But that's kind of what I'm thinking and doing, is kind of combining 2 or 3 aspects to just have the one style, and then you pick your specialization therein. I've always thought it kind of strange that the nature caster, the druids, are seen as something totally different from an arcane caster, a sorcerer, or a cleric, when they're not that much different than those. It's like, okay, you got to define how magic works, and that's the thing. They're very gray on how their magic works. Sometimes it's the weave, but no, it's the gods. No, it's just the raw nature. What? I mean, it's random? Oh wait, no, it's the far realms. So I'm trying to codify it a little bit more, how and why it works and where. That way it makes more sense in the sort of setting that we're going for. Another thing I'm probably going to do is change the long rests and short rests, which is a great way to reduce the magic level of a game. Because if a short rest is the rest for a day that you take daily, and a long rest is like a week-long rest, then your ability to just magic your way out of things is definitely reduced. So the one person who's told me kind of what he wants and wants help and hasn't played a lot mentioned a int-based warrior. And so for that, I'm going to be using this. There is a fun int-based warrior here. Oh, cool. Yeah, I definitely think they should have more either separation, or more connecting. One of the two, not this semi-hybrid awkwardness that they find themselves in 5e. No problem, Tex, no problem. You missed the 2 characters I had for you that I showed earlier. I'll quickly pull them up for you. Mentioned one in a stealthy type, potentially. Or, of course, you mentioned the big man with the big axe. So, and then these are just a bunch of others that I kind of threw together. For Wicked Viking, since he hasn't played, I offered to help him and or just make the character for him. So I was like, what do you want? He's like, I want to be an int-based fighter. And so this is what I came up with. It's kind of like the maybe twins. There you go. Big man all the way. There you go. There you go. He said he's kind of open to play whatever needs to be fill in the gaps, and I appreciate that. So Tex is a old school player, so my changes are probably going to make him feel more at home than standard 5e. But this is basically kind of a class built off of the what do you call it? Maneuver-based fighter. Battlemaster. It's kind of like a Battlemaster class that has different bonuses. It's more intelligence-based, scholar, knowledge-based. And so the pursuits, as they call it, that you can take are physician, so healing people, not through magical means, politician, which is basically leader and doing things like that, and tactician. And I'm thinking tactician for him based on what he said, because that gives him the combat aspects of medium armors and shields. And so I'm thinking that, but I'm not going to force that on him. But I really see this is the class that fits more of an int-based fighter. This is kind of like a fighter light, maybe kind of more like a rogue, but yeah, it's int-based. Intelligence. Not imp as in little fiendish creature. And I agree, I do think separation of some of the skills to certain classes makes sense. But, you know, other people think that they want to be able to have whatever skill they want, so we'll see. Sorry about the little echo there. Flip my phone on to make sure it was coming through for you guys, everything fine. Realized my phone wasn't showing it. Yep, INT. But this is the int-based warrior. You get maneuvers like the combat master, but instead of other things, you use your int a lot to manipulate things. So I really see this as being kind of a leader type. I had one other I found that I need to look at. What did they call it? Lord or something like that? It was a more leader-based one. I'm trying to remember where it was. Oh yeah, we're going to be using this too. True, I agree, Tex. That could work. That's the thing, like 5e claims that it's more, you know, that aspect that, you know, if the class has the boost in that ability score, that's what you'll go for. And it's like, but that's not always the case. That's not how it works in reality. Enjoy your lurk, Tex. One of the things we're going to be doing is actually having a boat. Because, you know, raid and trade. And so we'll be using this. They will have a pirate ship, and if they off-board onto continent, then it's going to change into this. So I love that this has the aspect of having an actual army almost with you, but you're the heroes out doing some other things. Yeah, that's one way to do it, Secret. I do alternate ability scores for skills based on what you're doing. Like, a con athletics test was used this past Saturday when I had a home D&D game, because they were trying to scale up a cliff and it took time, and so it's the endurance climbing, not just strong climbing. Can you do it quick and short? No, it's longer, so it's that endurance. Can you, you know, withstand, do you have enough constitution to handle the long climb, the arduous, and I did a int-based perception check, and what was it? I did a few other things like that, where swapping those out to where it makes more sense. And so when I tell them not to rely on what the book says is the stat for the thing, pick what you think fits your character. If you roleplay it, you're going to be a lot happier in my game than if you tried to power game it. It's really easy for me to mess up a power gamer. Seriously, I mean, anyone who knows anything about DMing knows that messing up power gaming is not that hard. I mean, you can always bring in a Trask and let it eat them. I mean, that's not nice to do, but that's the thing. Like, if you're controlling it, it can be done. Power gaming is something that can easily be mitigated and shouldn't be the focus. But yeah, we're going to use this for their ship. It's kind of a thing to be based out of. Not this style, of course. It's going to be a long ship, not a sailing pirate ship. It's going to be a raider ship, a long ship. So, yeah, good long ship. Probably start out with something dinky and work their way up to a proper warship. So they're going to be taking one of these sort of bad boys around as their base of operations, exploring. They might come across some of these they have to fight. Who knows? But that is what they're in. So they're truly doing the raid and trade. They have to decide when they find a settlement or a city or whatever, you know, do they want to attack it or do they want to trade with it? Because if you attack it, they're going to remember you and they're not going to be friendly to you. But if you're friendly with them, then depending on how they feel towards you, they may allow you to or may not. Well, you can always have a rust monster into their camp while they're sleeping for the power gamer, and just let all their metal items disappear somehow, and then, I don't know. You wake up and all your metal equipment is just rust. It's just rusty. Your full plate is a pile of rust. Now you run around in your skivvies. You can look like the paladin, the barbarian. Here's one thing I'm looking at for potential magic. Also, I found something that allows me to, if someone wants to play a bard or ranger, something like that, there is non-magic variants, so that you can still use them in a low magic setting, just without the magic. I disagree with that right there, what they're saying. Wisdom? Wisdom is supposed to be perception. Your ability to perceive the world around you, not your learned ability. It's more natural attunement sort of thing. Might change that. Oh, well, then you just have Ray of Enfeeblement and stuff like that you can do, you know, have it a special version of Ray of Enfeeblement that instead of strength, it deteriorates con. Cast slow on them and let them not have, you know, the ability to do much. And there's a lot of things you can do. Petrification based on charisma instead of con, because it's a freezing of their self, not actually stone. If they fail enough times, they just become a blank. Instead of turn to stone, they become a blank. Because everyone knows, barbarians have the best charisma. Yeah, which I may allow the magic tattoos, depending on what exactly they do and what they're willing to do to get them. Interesting. So this is actually just separate from the class altogether. That might be a way to do it. As long as it kind of covers it, I have an idea that can make this work potentially. Thinking about starting at level 0 for the prologue, and through that allow them to get a feat, and so someone could actually take feat or 2 of the rune casting to get you the caster in the group. Maybe, or maybe I'll just, like I said, make a class for it, sort of thing. Actually, secret. Have you seen Tyranny, the game Tyranny? Because that's a magic system I wouldn't mind converting into 5e either. Instead of calling them runes, they're calling them sigils, but you know, same difference. And you have the core sigils, which is the base effect. You have expression sigils, basically is what sort of target or aspect it has. You have accent sigils, which modify the other two. They modify the core and the expression with an accent. And then you have enhancement sigils, which are added on top of that. They're kind of do special funky things. I think it's a really cool system. That's one thing that I really love about it. And I really wish Obsidian would make this into their first-person RPG take on Elder Scrolls. This magic system I wish they would use in that. But it sounds like they're more going with Pillars of Eternity than they are Tyranny. But I think they did better with Tyranny than Pillars of Eternity. Maybe I'm just biased, but you know. I think I actually have it installed right now. I was wanting to do another playthrough of it. Yeah. You can tell I played a little bit. But I really liked it. I think they did a really good job on it. I like how it started. I like how things went along. It's just, they did a really good job with it. Like, personally, I enjoyed it better than Pillars of Eternity, which I know some people are gonna, you know, scream heresy on that, but it was more special, I think, in a lot of ways than Pillars of Eternity was. Pillars of Eternity was closer to other things, and Tyranny was more of doing its own thing. Looking at the art, you can tell it's very much like Pillars of Eternity. Very similar art style. But I really, really did enjoy it. Oh, now look at this. So, blindness, curing. Okay. I see. This might work. Interesting. See, stuff like this definitely fits a lot more of the theme of the campaign than the standard casting. Wish there's a little more variant, but... Yep. That's the problem. You really need the additional. I mean, it looks like they have the standard static bonus. Just not quite enough. Wow. Strange. Hmm. Sure. I'm fine with that if they can only do that, you know, once a week. That's where it's going to be an issue for them. This isn't bad. It has some of the flavor I want, but not all of it. See, like this. We just made standard spells. I'm trying to get away from the standard spells into the other aspect. Yeah, this is one I probably will have. They decide to go when that's the case. Yep. Yeah, that's going to be a actual risk for them if they venture out in winter. Well, here's the thing you can construct, they're saying. Eh. Okay, it's basically a Drugar. Call him a Vatir. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. I don't know, it doesn't quite fit what I'm looking for. One of the shaman classes I looked at, I wasn't sure. It seems to be more of a half-caster than actually a quite what I was going for. But more, you know, spirit-based or element-based. Trickery spirit, I mean, Loki, war spirit, very easily can be connected, you know. I'm not sure I like this one. They do have a little more fighting style though, so it's kind of like a paladin. Also, secret. Have you seen this? Narrative-driven character creation. If I wasn't thinking on having them do level 0, session 0 stuff, I'd probably have them do this. So first off, they say, you know, well, there's sure, but there's some differences. So don't just have race be stagnant like they are. A lot of this sort of stuff was introduced in Tasha's Cauldron. Basically, races aren't as static as they are presented originally. Like Tasha's Cauldron. Um, kind of says, consider some other aspects. Basically saying have your character's race shift from the base race stats over to be more between the, race and culture. Because an elf who's raised by dwarves doing hard labor a lot is going to probably be a bit stronger than their counterparts. So, variant race traits, half elf, you get that. Human traits, you get that. And then for backgrounds, they present some additional aspects. And part of what they do there is the ability scores, instead of being just racial based, are now background based. And background and class based. So background, you can see here, they give you a +2 from your background based on what your background is. And then your class, you get to pick an ability score from the list given. So Barbarian, you can pick Strength, Dex, or Con for the third stat boost that race usually gives. In that way, sure, your race matters because it gives you some racial traits, but the actual ability score improvements come from your background and class. And that way, people don't just pick flimsily that why do you want that? You should think about it a little more because it's going to affect you. So, yeah, I like that. And here they show the skills that the background gives and what ability score it should give. Their suggestion. But yeah, it's a lot. To me, it's a lot better way of building it than the standard all races have, static ability modifiers. I could see max ability, score permitted, like they had before in previous versions. But I don't like the whole static thing like that. So, yeah. Oh, here's a fun one. Something I'm thinking about doing is potentially giving them, not guns, but I like how a ranged weapon can be switched to a cantrip. And so you could do like a endless bag of daggers or throwing axes and basically use this method and make it look like a cantrip. Let's see, where's the actual entry? There you go. So that's pretty cool. Yep. Kind of. They just basically said, you know, you can modify cantrips and have them basically be like guns. So, yeah. It's pretty cool. Definitely don't want to introduce guns on this one, but I like how they're broadening the concept and the thoughts of what should or shouldn't be handled by different things. It makes sense and it sounds good, like a cantrip wand, essentially. That can be a pistol. Yep. Exactly. And it should be more able to, you know, see the different options like that. It makes sense. All right. Yeah, I looked at this. Thought this was the one I had open. Or is this one that had their own classes and didn't modify the existing one? I can't remember. Okay, yeah, I did get it. Yeah, okay, this has their own low-level style, not modifying. I looked at it, it's cool, but it would be its own system, not really connecting with the way we need. But yeah, if you guys like low magic stuff, these guys have a nice set that you can do. Totally separate, but good nonetheless. So yeah, we have that. Modified one that I found. This is actually no longer available, so I'm glad I grabbed it when I did. I like the modified economy they have in this one. They shrink the coinage, so you're not going around with chests and chests of gold. They switch it to a there we go. They switch it to a silver-based system instead of gold. So these guys are like, leave these all out, because it's supposed to be low magic. Instead of a cleric, they have the Godsman, which you'll notice doesn't have spells, but they have some other spell-like ability and aspects. So I might do one of these for that. I need to look at it a little bit more. Yeah. So I like that this one they changed it up to more of a divine character, not so much a divine caster. So, you know, might do that. They do have a mage or magician sort of character, which I need to look at a little bit more in depth. They have it where it's mana-based casting, but they max out at 6th level. Don't know. Maybe. So, So it's definitely much less. Yeah. Well, that's why you just make them not available to buy. You have to go find them. So, here's this. They definitely reduce the options available. The guild person is kind of a alchemist sort of character. You have alchemy or apothecary. Yep, that's where I am too. You just make it where you can't buy any magic items. I mean, you're allowing common, but even that's debatable in mine. Where is that? Sorry about that. I'm trying to find something here. Here it is. For my magic items in the low magic world setting, I use this. He has, where is it? Down. Oh, it's further down. I think this had the magic items. Yeah, here you go. So he has some random encounter stuff, which, you know, depending on if you like that or not, he has them. They're not bad. But what I was interested in is the D100 magic effects tables. So you pick an item, and then you roll however many beneficial and detrimental effects you want. And then you can go through and you pick there you go. Totally positive, right? Small ooze creature follows you around. Yeah, that's not going to be a positive thing in all settings. But having resistance to acid damage is nice. And then he goes, so that was lesser. Then you have medium beneficial, which are more potent. And then you have major, which are even more potent. And then you have legendary beneficial, which are the most potent beneficial. However, after the beneficial, you get into detrimental. So there's a cost to the magic item. While attuned, you think the sun rises in the west and sets in the east. I'm sure there'd be nothing that could ever come bad of that, right? You summon imps randomly to attack you. Yeah, sure. No one would ever see something bad with that, right? Just, it's fun flavor. While attuned to the item, it has demands. Before activating its beneficial effects each day. Each morning you find a strange piece of paper in your pocket. You must read the words on the page to curse an unknowing friendly party member, or the item will activate. An ally cursed in and this chant must make a DC 16 charisma saving throw on a failed on the first round of the next combat encounter. On a failed, they are under the effects of the Bane spell for the duration of the fight. See, that's not totally crippling, but it's definitely not nice. Yeah. See? I like that. And then he has some puzzles if you like that sort of thing. So, definitely like the magic. Definitely suggest anyone who wants magic items to be more flavorful and fun. His gives you plenty. There's 4 D100 tables, so plenty to choose from. And I like it. I like it a lot. I've made some for the home low magic campaign setting I have, and they've been very, very funny and fun. Because they're helpful and painful. Yeah, no, I hear you there. I mean, puzzles are sometimes a tricky thing, because you can make them too difficult, in which case then no progress is made, or you can make them too easy, in which case they're a joke. So he has some puzzles. And you have the description, you have the coded language, so you understand what they need to get from it, so if they start going off the wrong direction, you can be like, oh, take another look at that. And then you have the actual solution. And he has a few of those. And there are some others I've found as well that have some of that. This is just all in one. His I mainly say for the magic, but his puzzles are fun too. Don't want to, sit on them too long and let people get all the solutions just in case you want to use it for them. But yeah, it's good. And then he has some little one-shots if you want. This is actually the one that has the magic items and the puzzles. So he has some random tables, which right now is just counters, and then positive and negative effects for magic items, puzzles, one-shots, some dungeon maps, and complete dungeons. But yeah, right there. Nerzgal's Dungeon Master Toolkit. I just really love the I like the idea that items you find are magical. You don't know necessarily why they're magical, but it's not necessarily everything's just beneficial, helpful magic. But it's not so far as to be cursed. I think this was the one that I looked at that replaced the Bard and Ranger with non-caster types. This is Iron Forged. Hadn't looked at it all yet, but I liked some of what I was seeing. Yep. He's limiting some of them, which makes sense. So here, like Rogue Archetype for the Thief, he says you don't get use magic device, instead you get feet. and you can't do Arcane Warrior. And then Bard modified, he takes out the magic, but you still get to have, you know, College of Lore, College of Valor, and you don't get additional magic secrets, you get a feat. You don't get battle magic, you get a feat. So they get a bonus feat instead of magic bonus. And then he added some other special abilities in place of the magic, so that it's not like they're weaker, they just get different stuff. So, pull magic out. And the Magus I was looking at, I hadn't had a chance to really look at it, but he does have that. Let's see, what do you get? Spellbook limitation, content limitation. Interesting. Okay. So are fairly similar. Right. Casting spells, right. Spend 1 spell point per level. Interesting. So they act like they're just... Not sure that actually computes correctly. Every other spell point thing has spell points altered based on the level. A bit more than just 1-to-1. Level to spell point quantity is equal. Yeah, can't cast any spells without components if they take components. Magic weapon. See, there's an easy way to do it. If you had this, you could just use int for your attack. That would definitely work. So it makes you more of a able to be a warrior. Spend 2 spell points. Reroll. Range touch. Make it range 30 feet. Yeah. Double the spell range. You know, definitely have some options there, which is good. I don't know. What do you guys think about this? What do they call it? Magus. Yeah, Magus class. I'm not sure. Let's see. Bonus action to attack, I see. You have to use your bonus action for it. I was wondering where the cost came in. Yeah, Natural Explorer. It makes sense. Battlemaster fighting maneuvers, that makes sense. Gotta give him something since you take the magic away, which I agree. If you're trying to have low magic, you gotta do something like that. Cool. Give him fighting style, ranger archetype, hunter. Right. Okay. Then instead of magic, have it masterwork to give the same sort of aspect. Which I already thought about. So. Yep. Which I'm changing that a bit further. And then poison and disease. Of course, that's always a fun one. Gotta have poison and disease. New maneuvers. Aiming. Fascinating. Fast attack. Oh, okay. So some more maneuvers for Battlemaster and such. Makes sense. I like that you get some of it back, but not all of it. Yeah, know about that. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Yeah, that's pretty severe. Very realistic, but pretty severe. Oh, so they didn't even bother giving you insta-kill. Alright. Well, I mean, they're definitely trying to be nice. Not too bad. And then they have their spells that they allow. Okay. I don't know. Kind of like that. Some of what do they have? Where was the other thing I found? Some alchemy modifications, as you saw there. I am thinking we're going to use this because where they are, it's going to be impolite to be not impolite, but unwise to be out in the winter. So instead, go home to base. Gives them a chance to do some downtime activity. This is also one I looked at that I like. Instead of having standard weapons, you have to design what you want. That's actually a really good system. Another one as well that had some cost information. This one doesn't have cost with it quite as much. But we'll see if I can find that one. But I like it, how they have it worked. It's good. So, I need to step away for just one moment, and then I'll be right back. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. find it. Just had an idea. I can find it. The old Raven Queen Warlock Pact of the chain aspect would work really well for a Runecaster. Because they had a spectral raven they could see through. Yeah. Yeah. I like that. I did have that somewhere too. I can pull it up here. Two shaman versions I found. Let's see. Half-caster, like the other one we found. I think this one's too WoW based. Yeah, I think so. Not quite what I was going for, really. There's more of a nature or, what do you call it? Spirit, yeah, based one. This looks more along the lines of what I was thinking I had found. Let's see. Yeah, I think this one fits better. Okay, Gift of Savagery, Gift of Sight, Savagery, Create Spirit Weapon, Empty Hand, okay. That's cool. kind of Odin portents would work well with that. The, lady who is old when your grandmother was old sort of thing. Yep. They all have things they have to obey. Ancestor. Kind of like the paladin booths. Gain chilling touch, spare the dying, thaumaturgy. Sounds right. Christian in history, that's cool. Channel divinity, turn undead. Interesting. No. We'd have to pick something else for that. I don't know about that. Oh, I swapped them out for something else, though. Those. Speaker of Dream. Illusion, Prestidigitation, and Touch of Madness. Alright. And you get Deception, Performance, Sleight of Hand, or Stealth as your skill. Okay. Telepathy. Interesting. Read thoughts, make dreams. Don't know. I still want a more runecaster type. But at least they have like stone, fire. They should have lightning like we were talking about. Yeah, there you go, water. Wind. Lightning bolt, there you go. Let's see what they have for invocations. That's one of the things that's going to make a difference too. Interesting. Elemental warrior. To do, lightning hammer or something like that. Axe. Oh, there you go. That makes it where they're a little bit more potent. Augury, that would be Odin Path. Yes. Interesting. Wow. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's definitely works, except it's not the... It's not runic casting. It's still the standard spell casting. It's the only downside. But a lot of these are definitely fit more what we're going for. Because I mean, I'm okay with some ritual casting as an option, like they had. Or this one? With the mage here that could do that. Yeah, there's always the Scald here, they have it at. And there's a talk to have it be that it should be a bard, not a barbarian, but it's where it starts getting interesting. Which one should it be? Yeah, I believe this one allowed for that. Well, that's not bad. What was the mage in here? Look at that. There you go, Runekeepers. Let's see, kingdoms, where's classes? They have it mainly take place on a continent, which I'm more having it do water-based. So, sure, there might be some landmass that's continental-ish. It needs to be more out in the water. Alright, where is the classes? I should have just gone out, shouldn't I? And actually just gone to the page. That would have been the smart thing to do. Would be the smart thing to do. Yes, we're in lands. Need to get 2 new character options, 51. Nope, off by a bit. There we go. So it's, what, 6 pages off? Runewalker. Yeah, so they flavor it as rune. It looks like it may be just a standard caster. Yeah. So it's a standard caster. Need to get a better magic system, and I hadn't found one. Really wish I could find one I thought someone was working on that I've seen, which was the tyranny magic. But I haven't found that one, so they must have stopped and removed it. So essentially tattooists. Yeah, there you go. Straight up Odin. But I really want to swap out the spells for the other aspect. I just need to figure out how to make that work. So this one has to be done ahead of time, so if they're plotting out boss fight sort of thing, you use this on him. I see that. And this is their Spiritus. Basically a druid. And it's just a standard caster. Goes back to just a slight modification of 5e, not really changing up the magic system like we would like. I like the flavor of them. I just want to shake up the magic system a little more. So I might go ahead and use these and then try to figure out how to use some other magic system. Oh, another way, if you guys want to see about levels. Basically have it where levels are done a little differently, where you have to basically do some roleplay aspect to them. And story based on like what, why, and how did you get better? Not spontaneously better, but how and why. Which path did you take to get better? So I like that. I'm trying to figure out how and what to work that in. But I'm thinking about it. Where was it? There's another one we're just going to look at here and show you guys, because there's another detail that would be helpful to know. What was it? Here we go. This is also a fun one. If you guys haven't done this method, I highly recommend trying it sometime. I'm actually planning on making a little YouTube video on it. I'm still in the process of figuring it out, share it with others, but having players do all the roles can have some fun advantages. I've tested it in my home game, but also seeing it in Paranoia that we've been doing, it's been very interesting to see how much difference it can make. This is one I thought about doing, where instead of just giving them a magic item, it's something basic. Just a sword. Looks like it's resisted age. And when they do something, they say level, but have it when they, do something, it awakens because they've done a feat of some sort. And then becomes like a +1, and then as they level up and work with it more, they start unlocking its potential and bonding with it. I like that. So think about using that. Planning on using this. I still need to find a better magic system. If any of you have a suggestion, let me know. We're going to be using downtime stuff for winter. Let's see here. And for those of you who missed, we did build a few character options to kind of pre-plan and prep for it. So that's exciting. Where's the other one? There's one other one I had looked at. Still wondering if the easiest thing would be taking this, well, not the magic item creation, but this word magic thing and change it. This is not the right one. Huh. Okay, I thought this was it, but it's not. It's at least not the full thing. Where is the word list? That's what I was trying to find. Looks like it is what I thought, it's just not here. Oh, here we go. If you guys haven't seen it, I wanted to be sure I showed you some of this anyways. Okay, so they just have them all there. So let's go with lightning, electrical. So starts out, effect words deals d6 electrical damage per caster level. Max 10d6. So it's interesting. I'm trying to figure out a good way to do that sort of a thing. And then this would be basically like a basic cantrip option. And then they have the steps up from there. Whoops. Meta words are the other ones. So, kind of like meta magic. Boost. Make it better. make it shoot further, things like that. And goes mainly off the meta words. Or these are meta words, they modify. So double the duration, change the saving throw type, go through some resistance sort of thing. Target words are kind of what you'd expect. Shape, barrier, firewall, burst, a area around the caster, I believe. No, just an area, period. Cone is a cone, a line is a line. Personal is the caster himself. Selected one target. So, if you guys have any suggestions on good options for getting something like this, or better runic magic option to replace the standard 5e magic system that we could swap out, let me know. I would definitely like to know. That's kind of one of the things that's holding me up in getting this done, is wanting to have that squared away. I don't like the standard spell selection thing, because it doesn't fit the flavor of the world. We did look at that one rune thing, but it didn't quite fit, really. Where was the other one thing I had in mind? Give me a second. Here's one that I looked at for basically replacing the abilities with runes. So this is something I thought about swapping around for that, and I could see that working. Let's see. Here we go. Keep going. Yeah. Where's the actual stuff? And here we go. So these have more like differing aspects to them. So they have basically like the rune magic we saw before. They have the basic focus, so when you focus on it, you can focus on one, you get the ability. And then for 2 side points, 3 side points, 4 side points, 5 side points. I like that there's those tiers of the different things it does. So you can have lightning basic, lightning higher, lightning higher. So I may just use the Scion Assist and convert it into similar to what they have for their rune walker and stuff. Find some way to take some of this and mix it with the Scion Assist, because I do like this sort of structure for the rune magic better, because it's basically the potency of your ability to harness the rune, your understanding of the rune. Like I said, if you guys have suggestions, definitely let me know. I have a Discord, you can hop in there and ping me and let me know, or shoot me a private message here. But I definitely want to figure out the right thing to get the proper magic system for this system, for this campaign, because that's the one thing kind of throwing me off and not quite fitting right. Let's see, what is this? Rune Sage. What does this give you? Fighting style, so it's kind of like a paladin, looks like. Yeah, that's cleric or paladin smite. There you go. Heavy armor and shields. Alright. But here you go. That'll allow you to have the returning hammer or axe that you throw. So bonus action summon your weapon or weapons. Not too bad. Definitely paladin replacement here. What was the spellcasting modifier? Int. Yeah. Alright, so this kind of a warrior style, so Mystic Knight or Paladin sort of thing. Some of it sounds like it fits well for what we were wanting. And I could see some usefulness to it. Yeah, see, it's kind of cool. Lightning sigil. You make the sigil and Interesting. See, things like this I could definitely see being proper flavor for what we're going for, because you're using the sigils or the runes to do the things. And they're not like crazy, but they have some interesting flavor to them that are different than the standard you cast the spell. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, except you left some sigils here instead of runes, but hey, that's alright. Maybe. Still doesn't quite fit the other aspect we needed that the Psionicist could if we reflavor these as runes. So far, this is kind of the closest. Okay, so this is just a wizard school. Okay. It's not bad, but it's just a modified wizard. If we had a different magic system that was rune-based, that would work. Like, this would be really cool if we had the like tyranny magic system that we could use and have the sigils. I haven't found that. Alright, well, I have to call it there for tonight. I do appreciate you guys hanging out. If you, like I said, if you have any suggestions or thoughts, I would certainly appreciate it. I still, as you can tell, have some more work to do. I got a lot of it figured out. A lot of it I know what we're going to do. And just so many things just need little bits more here, little bits more there. I'm definitely looking forward to getting the campaign going. Like I said, we have 3 people confirmed as part of it, and we're looking for another 1 to 3 people to join. If you're interested, hop in the Discord, or if you know someone who is, send them our way. Remember, as always, and until next time, enjoy the story, and we'll forge some more of those here. Hang tight, and we'll see who else is a friend of the channel who might be streaming, see if you guys can view them while I'm unavailable. Alright. I think I got someone found here. We can go pester either Table Knights or Wicked Viking. Do you guys have a preference? Table Knights is doing Darkest Dungeon, and Viking is doing Among Us. You guys feel like Among Us or Darkest Dungeon? Okay, well, we'll get most of them, and we'll see you all next time. As I said, enjoy the story. We'll see you then. Feel free to holler if you have any suggestions or thoughts to help out. I appreciate it. We'll see you guys then.